Hey guys, let's get straight into the story time of how I gained a reality TV influencer client and lost that client. Let's get into it. So when I first got this client, she was referred by one of my other clients that's friends with her. They have mutual friends, something of the nature. And she ended up reaching out to me on Instagram, DMing me for an appointment. And low-key the girl like, shit, I done made it. Okay, I got one of them clients. So, okay, whatever. So our first appointment, she comes, get her hair done, I said it went well, except for the fact that low-key, like, she had some shake and go hair, and y'all know me, I'm gonna work with whatever you bring me. But she was like, oh, this hair was like some $200 hair, and I hope it's good, whatever. I know what it is and what it ain't, and I don't care. Let me do your hair. So we get straight into it. I do the hair, boom. I'm like, all right, y'all, I done did the girl hair. Now, mind you, in my mind, I'm like, okay, I have finally reached a place where I'm servicing someone who is on a platform that could put me in rooms that I've, never been in, or expose me to clients, or just, give me exposure all around. That is my mindset while servicing these clients. So I'm like, okay, I want to be as available as possible. Like, I want to be, if she hits me up, I'm there. And if I'm not there, I'm finna be there. Like, that is my mindset the entire time. I'm like, I want to be available, so when she needs her hair done, I'm on it. I'm doing it. That's the mindset. Exposure, gaining followers, clientele, revenue you get. So in my mind, I'm just like, okay, for this type of client, I want to be as available as possible because I know the type of schedule and how things go. And I just want to make sure that I keep in mind that being available will keep me at the top of the list. So moving forward, anytime she hits me, I'm available. So then there's this particular time she asks me, can I come to her? So now I'm like, okay, boom, this is where your business comes into play. This is where your rules and regulations come into play. I explained to her that I have a travel fee. If you require me to be on set or, wherever you are, this is the fee for that. If not, I have 100% availability to service you at my salon for the price of the install, nothing more, nothing less. So when we agree on that, and I start servicing her at the salon, I'm cool with that. I'm not tripping. Now, I won't say that I was doing her hair back to back. There is spaces in between this. So whenever she hit me up, I'm available. I make myself available if I gotta, move around a few clients, change my schedule of what I have in my person, whatever, get it done. So now we're in a place where, okay, I'm like, okay, I've done her hair a couple times. She comes to the salon. I'm not tripping. She not tagging me on social media or really letting me take pictures of her. So at this point, it's like, okay, obviously clients are clients, no matter if they're celebrities, influencer, whatever. Clients are clients, and clients bring revenue to small businesses. So the logic of getting tagged doesn't always matter to me. So I'm not tripping that I, whatever. So we moving forward. We keep, whenever she hits me, I'm available. So now there's this particular time that she hits me, and this is when things start to go left. So she hits me up, I do her hair, whatever. This is last year. So at the time, before I service her, she hits me and she's like, hey, I just want to, let you know that the last time you did my hair, I wasn't really satisfied with the install, critiquing whatever she felt that, wasn't right in her opinion. Now in this industry, understand, beauty, nails, hair, makeup, whatever, skin, you can't be sensitive. You can't be sensitive because if somebody doesn't like something, as a business owner, as a service provider, the number one is to try to make the customer happy, period. Point blank, period. Whether we like it or not, the customer is always right. So I'm taking in everything, and I'm just like preparing myself for the next encounter. And I'm like, okay, make sure you do this, make sure you do this, make sure, do your thing. So, okay, so now this next appointment comes. She hits me up after telling me about, previously not liking the install. I install another wig. So here is the date of the appointment of that wig. I install the wig. Apparently the wig is a promo wig that another small business owner made, and she's using for the install. Now, I am not one to tear nobody down. The wig is made, you know, just, the wig is sewn together like the person was maybe in a rush. They get the point of making a wig, but it was a rush job, and you can see the thread, whatever. I'm installing it regardless, because cha-ching, cha-ching, bling, bling. Like, so I'm installing this wig, and the wig is too small because there's still an install in this client's hair. And although I recommended removing it, she insisted on keeping it and getting it as flat as possible to put this wig on. I agreed. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. So I cut, snip, loosen some thread, and make this wig fit over all of this stuff. She asked, whatever the style she asked for, I executed it. Do you like your hair? Yes. And I could tell she loved her hair because she was in the mirror, she was on the gram, she was flicking it up, whatever. Boom, bam. Install was giving because sis was live in effect, whatever. I did my thing. So now we come to a point where she hits me again, and she's like showing me the wig coming off, and she's like, oh, the wig is lifting. When you got time for me, I'm willing to, obviously fix the wig. But in my mind, I know this wig is coming up because it was too small. It wasn't customized for your head. Maybe a mannequin's head, but not your head. Plus the install. So the wig is coming up a week later, as I expected. So as we know, life happens. I end up losing a loved one in the midst of all of this. So as she told me the wig is coming up, I rescheduled her, and then life happens. So now this shifts everything. So my mind is, ugh. As you can see, I just lost a loved one. But a part of me is like, you still have to run your business. So I make a decision that I'm gonna handle my family situation, and then I need to immediately get back into business mode because I have things to get done, and I can't make excuses for not holding myself accountable in my business. I've already made this promise to myself previously, prior to life happening. I attended the funeral the viewing was Thursday, so I end up not servicing anybody Thursday, and dealing with my family stuff and my children, and just putting my personal life first. And the next day, I told everyone Friday that I would be able to take them then, and I explained that what was going on and why I needed this time, and apologize for shifting everybody around. All my clients, my regulars, and they were all understanding of the situation, and I let her know as well. She said, my condolences, and cool for the next day. Okay, so now here we are on Saturday, and Saturday I do walk-ins because I feel like Sunday people go to church, Monday people go back to work, so that's kind of like your last, unless you take people on Sundays, which obviously some people do, but for me and my business, if you didn't, get in where you fit in on Saturdays. Long story short, my clients know this. So I tell her time to come because in my mind I know, okay, well, this time frame is when people gonna start walking in here, and this is when it's you gonna get in and you gonna get out. We agree on a time. I end up arriving to the shop earlier, servicing somebody before her, and also notifying the client, hey, if she gets here and I'm not done, we're gonna shift so I can get her in and out. We agreed to that. Cool. I do the girl's hair, she arrives, I'm finishing up. I let her know, hey, I'm inside, you can come in. She sits in the car, I'm finishing up. She never comes in. She says she's waiting for parking. I continue working, I hear my phone, tend to the messages, respond to her, keep working. Then I go to the door, I look out to see she's in the car. I look, see, wave, nothing. Come back inside, keep doing my thing. Go again. I text, I go look, come back. At the end of the day, I work with my hands. I cannot sit here texting back and forth. So I'm going back and forth between working and trying to see if she's coming in. Now, I sit down and I'm like, okay, let me get my phones. I'm on my personal phone. Let me grab my hair phone. I see her backing out and leaving. I'm thinking maybe she found parking somewhere else. She drives off and she sends me a message, hey, I've been waiting an hour. You could have told me to come in, da-da-da. Like, going in, and I'm like, why you didn't come inside? You've been here before, to come inside. You have a scheduled time, appointment, whether I'm doing walk-ins, appointment, no deposits were paid. Everybody on Saturday came to me, paid me same day. No one gave me a deposit, so let's put that out there as well, because I know y'all gonna try to get so. Because yes, I have rules and regulations in a booking site, but sometimes I break my rules too to meet the needs of my clients. So I don't want to hear. I ended up telling her, come back. Hey, I'm just doing some crimps. You can come back. I don't know why you left. So in the time of I'm doing the crimps, she comes back. My next client that hit me ends up showing up. So now I'm like, okay, let me try to kill two birds with one stone and do the thing that will make this be fastest and make everyone happy. One is just a simple color root touch-up, and the other is a wig install with curls and baby hairs, fixing the entire wig. Now, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But this is what I decided. My decision was, I am going to hit this color real quick, bleach this hair, rinse, add the color, sit her to the side, let that sit for 30. And in that 30 to 45 minutes, I'm going to get her hair done. Where I am fully on her for 45 minutes, get it done. As I'm thinking, this is what I'm going to do. I bleach, I rinse, I come back, I hit the color. I'm done with the color. I'm about to finish it up, and I'm about to put my client in a shower cap and put it to the side and come back to her. And I already let her know, and she was perfectly fine with that. So as I'm finishing the color, she grabs her things, and she's like, I got to go. I'm leaving. And I'm like, I freeze up and I'm like, oh shit. Okay, she's mad. So I keep silent. I don't say anything. She grabs her stuff. Obviously she's angry. She has an attitude. I'm not gonna provoke or poke anything. I don't say anything. She leaves and sends me a long message going in, basically saying like, oh, I didn't care about her time and this and that and third. And maybe I'm wrong, but I just felt like, if you have somewhere to go, why didn't you get out the car and come inside? Because you were outside. I don't understand the logic in sitting outside of a place where you're going to receive a service and never go inside. Instead, drive off and be upset. I don't know. Y'all tell me. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm just like, okay, Della, you know the place you are in life. You're healing. You're not trying to be aggressive or argumentative. Just take what she's saying and let it be, whatever. So she breathes me, and I'm just like, okay, cool. Let me try to be as least confrontational as possible and kind of really let her have it. Because if she's upset, cool. But from a business aspect, I just felt like there was no logic in what you did. So I'm just going to continue to keep working before I put too much of my energy into that. And now I'm upset. Move how you want to. Sit in your car. Do what you want. Drive. Whatever. That was my whole mindset. So now the day is over. She reads me my rights on Instagram. I'm respond, but I'm like, okay, choose your battles wisely. If she no longer wants to come to you, there's no point in arguing with her and making it worse. Because as I said, I'm in a place of healing in my life. And I no longer want to be the angry black woman stereotype or just the dead wrong hairstylist who's making excuses for their behavior. So I am not going to argue. I made that very clear. And I don't know, maybe me being professional, maybe me being nice, and maybe me choosing to remain silent in the midst of a situation made her think that I was like some weak girl, or I don't know. Maybe that she could just play me all in all, like I haven't been nice, like I haven't been available, I haven't been accommodating, and just overall genuinely nice. Sis decided to get on Instagram and look for another stylist, which is perfectly fine, because if you're upset with me, why would I say, hey, come, let me do your hair? But then the follow-up story was a story time and basically telling her side of the story. Now, sis, why would we do that? Why would we do that? And to me, it was giving, because I didn't say anything, I didn't address it, and I felt like I did nothing wrong to you. You took it as, well, she ain't gonna say nothing, so I know if I do this, she ain't gonna say nothing either. And I'm just like, why would you do that? I've been so nice to you. Even if you're upset with me because you're being a brat and you don't understand how it wouldn't be unfair if I just didn't. No. Now, girl, why would you do that? It's how I felt. Because I'm just like, she's talking about me on her story. In a story time. Okay. So I responded. I'm just like, okay, go off, sis. Like, why would you get on Instagram and basically try to sabotage me? Even though you don't tag me, I just posted you and tagged you. Make it make sense. So we end up going back and forth in the DMs, and I'm just like, hold up, Della. Get it together, because you're arguing from a point of you don't want your name slandered and your business, and you feel like you've provided as much, you tried your best to make her happy. So I just didn't feel like I deserved that. But I also had to understand that it's not up to me to decide what I deserved. So do your thing. But the petty part of me was like, I'm gonna respond. I'm gonna write a comment. I'm gonna write on it. We end up going back and forth. And as we're going back and forth, she's like screenshotting our conversation, sending me stuff. And I'm just like, this is not getting us anywhere. Because I'm just like, okay, why are we arguing? If you're never coming to me again and you don't like what I did to you and I'm so wrong, why are we going back and forth? She's like, oh, there's many other stylists that will appreciate my business and want the service. And I'm like, okay, go book them. And she's like, oh, but if I review the restaurant, it would be the same thing. I'm like, cool, you know what? You right. You got it. So I decided to just remove myself and no longer just entertain the back and forth, because I was like, sis is really ready to try to screenshot all of our conversations. Like, I don't have the same capability. I just felt like, as a stylist, I don't want to sit up here and like air people out. And I just felt like you're so used to being in that type of environment where that's what happens on TV and that's the type of stuff we watch, that is how you navigate in life. So as we going back and forth, the petty side and unhealed side of me is like, no, stand your point, make your get your point across that you didn't do anything wrong and don't allow her to slander you. And then the healing part of me is like, girl, where is this getting you? You literally lose nothing and gain nothing. You were paid for a service, but you were like, it doesn't matter because you were never given the exposure that you expected. So why are you upset for losing? And I'm just like, okay, God, you got it. And I decided I'm gonna stop writing and just unfollow and let it be. Cause I really wanted to go off and be like, you said and this, and remember when this happened and it. But I was like, you know what? That's gonna make me just like you. And I'm not gonna do that, because I understand that everybody is on their own journey in life and we are all in different places in healing. And I'm gonna just take the slander, even though she claims she did me a service by not tagging me. So basically she was like, you should be glad, like, I did you a service by not tagging you, because if I would have tagged you, it'd be a lot worse for you. So that triggered me. And I had to reevaluate and calm down and just go through the whole situation in my head and say, you know what, when she said that triggered me, and I felt like I needed to do something, because not you telling me you did me a favor by sparing me. And I was like, don't spare me. Sis, don't spare me, because I don't want you to spare me, because I don't want to spare you. But I'm healing and growing. And I just decided to stop the conversation mid-argument, let it go, and just move forward, explain it, get it off my chest, and let it be. And that is how I gained a reality TV influencer client and lost that client, y'all.